Hey, Josh the Balloon Guy. So that same buddy of mine that encouraged me or like was looking for a duck-billed platypus also reminded me that his other favorite animal is a gator. And he got to spend quite a bit of time today holding a gator because the creature teacher was at the same event that I was. And so he had a little bitty gator that he got to hold. The creature teacher, she had a little bitty gator that he got to hold. And so I thought, you know what? That's a good idea for today's video. I'll show you two different variations on an alligator. First of all, I'll show you the one that I learned originally. And so we're going to take typically a green, and inflate it, leaving about 2 to 3 fingers, about 2 inches. Give it a little burp. And then we're going to do about a 5-finger bubble. 5-finger bubble. And then we're going to do a series of 3-finger bubbles. So 1, fold that over, 2. Okay. Another 1, fold over 2. Go back about a hand and a thumb. And then do another set of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, the balloon starts to get very tight at this point, but that's the end of our twisting. All we're going to do now is give that tail a little kind of S-curve shape. And then we're going to take our marker and we're going to do those reptilian eyes. So the line and the circle, line and the circle. Okay, and then on here, I'm going to draw some triangles that are all connected on each side. All right, some connected triangles on each side. And that is our very simple one balloon alligator. Okay, something you can knock out in no time in line work. Or if you want to step it up just a little bit, we're going to take another green balloon. But this time I'm gonna leave about a hand and a thumb. And we're going to do the similar head to our T-Rex. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 pinch twists. So on the T-Rex, I only have 1. I'm going to put a second one on the alligator. Twist one and untwist the other one. There we go. Get them all together here. Okay. And then it's going to seem very similar. So we're going to do the 3-finger bubbles. As the front legs. We're going to do a slightly smaller body this time, only about a 4-finger bubble. And then do the 3-finger bubbles for the hind legs. And the reason for that is because that head being the 2 bubbles, instead of just 1 bubble, takes up more space. I'm still going to give it a nice little S curve on the tail. Line those pinch twists up top and bottom so that the head sticks out front. Kind of line everything up here. go. And then we're going to take a 160 if you've got it, a 260 if you don't. And just like the dinosaur or the shark, we're going to give it eyes and teeth. So we only need about 2 hand widths total. Yes, I blew it up a lot farther than that, but you'll see that, again, I'm not going to use all of that. I'm going to get my eyes the same size. They're about 3 finger bubbles. Normally they're about 2 finger bubbles. And then you want to make some bubbles for teeth as absolutely small as possible. Because the more teeth you get in there, the better. So in this case, I've got 5 bubbles on that side. Pull that into the fold here, and then do that same thing on the other side. 5 very tiny bubbles. All right, make sure they're twisted really well. And these were not. So see, they came undone. And these tiny bubbles don't like to play nice. They do take a little extra finagling. All right, and then I'm gonna wrap in behind that pinch twist, tear off, and then I'm gonna wrap it around several times, get everything straightened out. Again, and see, there you go. Now we've got a nice detail there on this alligator. And take the marker, and we only need to do the eyes and then nostrils if you want to. The reptilian eyes, the line, and the circle. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give him some nostrils. Just because why not? And you can even take this one step further. If you have another color, which I happen to have a yellow here. And we only need a little bit of the balloon tie in behind the front legs, and again do some tiny bubbles just to give him some additional scales. And I'm only going to go from the front legs to the back legs. I know there are some people out there that will do the entire tail. I do believe you're just inviting a little bit of headache if you do that. Wrap it in, and again, this is why it's very important that all your bubbles go the same way. And just gives a little more detail to your alligator, crocodile. So, as always, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.